Yo, I'm very happy to welcome all of you today because for Eurythmy, for you, it's a step forward what we are doing here. And that in a way, the team, came together this summer in Sugdid in Georgia, and we're thinking how to continue. And in one way or the other, we decided, or I said, I cannot just continue giving courses. I have also to work more on content again, because giving courses is such a lot of administrative work. And what's coming now, what's new, I will tell you. But first, I would like to invite you to do a little bit an arrival exercise. So if you don't mind, and Elisa, do you want to spotlight me, please? Then I can invite you to join. And if you want to switch your camera on, off, you can do it. And if you want to leave it on, that's wonderful. Then we are even more connected. And like always, that's the Eurythmy for you, our main arrival exercise. I say, spread out your arms, bring them a little bit together, create a bowl of your hands, and take a little bit of time, as if it would be substance, to arrive at yourself. Do not touch your body, but use the senses of your hands to feel into your chest. Feel into the space, to your shoulder blades from the inside. Feel the weaving of the breath, the movements of your heart. And maybe after a while it wants to expand. Let it flow over like a well. Let it sink down along your body, in your body. And like every well, it doesn't become empty but stays full. Your inner joy stays and you become upright. And maybe your breath wants to react. Allow it, make a step and breathe. And at the end of today, of this 1 hour, a little bit less of an hour, I want to show you one of the exercises of the winter course. In this we prepare by just stroking our thighs gently. Yeah? These thighs who carry us day by day. Yeah? And the next step is that you stand upright and you bend your knees slowly a little bit, and then you come up again. And the first task is that you feel your thighs when you do it. So you go down and you feel your thighs. And you come up and try to feel them. Okay, make a little step. And one of the main sentences in Eurythmy is, it's not necessary if you can feel your thighs, because maybe you can't. But every one of us can try to feel the thighs. Yeah? So try again. Go down slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. And even slower come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait a little. Receive what's happening and make a step. A little step, just to relax. And the question is, what is this slowly coming up doing to you? One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again, what's the reaction? My reaction is a deep breath. Yeah? Okay. And now, just for fun, we try to do the same movement, keep our attention down there, but accompany it with our arms. So stretch them out. You come slowly in and bend the legs. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you go slowly out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You enjoy that you have managed. You let go. Maybe your breath reacts like mine and you make a step. We do it 2 more times, then we finish. And the task would be, or our joy, that we try that the fingers are at the chest when we are down, and that we take with the arms that long to spread out as the legs need to come up. 2 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Receive, relax, make a step. Did you manage to be in your thighs all the time? That's the main task. I'll tell later why. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Slowly let go, relax, make a little step, and move slowly to your seat. Because when you move slow, what you have been doing comes along much better, as if you just run away. And then just sit down, and you may relax, and I will continue. But just listen to the resonance a little bit. What is it doing in you? How do you feel your chest? What perceptions do you have in your lower body, in your legs? Do you feel more warmth, more freshness? And where do you feel what? These kind of questions you can ask. Yeah, in 2017, we started to create Eurythmy for you. And in October 2017, the first videos went online with the slogan, a new video every week. And we managed until next summer. And then, from then, the ABSR and HSP courses came, pre-filmed courses, which you can do for yourself or in groups. And out of this, later on, live courses developed. Yeah? And just when COVID came, we were ready to start just by coincidence. And we were quite happy that we could offer some service. And yeah, many of you we got to know then. And we are still so happy to have you with us, to have made friends. And when I saw your names in the list, it was just, yes, I know you, I know you, I know you. So it's virtual, but it's on another hand also quite real, that we can meet. And there's a team which helped me a lot, but at the same time, when you do a 1-hour lesson, it's about many hours, 10, 20 hours preparing, programming these things. And for a larger course, many, many more hours to create all these automations and emails and so on, which have to be sent automatically. And when you have done your 1 hour session, it's another 2 or 3 hours or 5 hours to get the replays done, to send them in English, to send them in German, to send them in Russian, to send them in Chinese, and so on. And then if you want to make a proper course out of it, it's another 40 or 50 or 60 or 70 hours to make a nicely edited video out of it. And after some years, yeah, you can imagine all this, it's just copy paste work. It's not so creative. You somehow feel something has to change. And this summer, we somehow decided we are not continuing just giving courses. We have a new focus, and this is the ECC, the Eurythmy Community Circle and the Eurythmy Certificate course, which is a spin-off of the Eurythmy community, which is we meet, we work together, we have fun with each other, and you form groups among yourselves studying this immense material which is available, and we support you studying it, you ask the questions, and I try to answer them. So we have now every 3rd Friday per month, I offer a ECC meeting, community meeting, where all those who have to subscribe, for the ECC can participate for free. And you ask your questions, and I try to on the spot answer them. And some of you know that maybe I'm even better in spontaneous answering than just in pre-designed content. Because then I have to, through your questions, I have to think into spaces where I did not think myself. It is really fun. And yesterday there were, for example, 12 people in the meeting and 3 of the team, and I enjoyed it so much. Yeah, okay, thanks, Elisa. And so it's a slowly growing community. We've just started, and already that many people come to work together. And the work of keeping the ECC community together is not done by me, but by Elisa. Hello, Elisa, you are here. And by Annette, who actually told me when we were in Sugdid in Georgia, Theodore, you cannot close Eurythmy for you. We must invent something that people can join. And it's Annette who said, let's do it on a subscription basis. Yeah? Because I was so exhausted, I just said, I put a price which nobody can afford, then I can have a rest. And Annette said, Theodore, go forward. So it's affordable, and if somebody cannot afford it, contact us. Because that's our belief that in all of us nowadays lives something which you can discover, and that you do not have to study Eurythmy professionally for years until you can work with it, do something with it for yourself and others, but that we have reached a state of inner awareness, that we can discover we consist from Eurythmy, and we can learn what potentials lie in it. So the ECC community is just, we work together, we have joy, and those who want to go further can work towards certificates. Yeah? There are people in a certificate course in which we work more intensively, on a short term. We have meetings much more often. And this also takes place not only in the English-German community, but there's a Ukrainian ECC community with 10 people, with Anastasia, who is doing the translation. Thank you, Anastasia. Working forward, going into depth. Week by week, they meet and study one of the previous courses, and then I meet them and answer their questions. And there is 2 Russian courses, around Marina and Natalia, who also run a kind of ECC program. That's just information. A lot is going on. And you are invited to participate. But I have also decided I don't want to be only online anymore. I want to go more to the people again. And just by chance, I was invited to go to Bangkok this October. And I took it very seriously and I said, I must prepare deeply. What do I do? And it took 4 weeks preparing, visited people, tell me more about these exercises, because I had chosen to bring the 12, which I call constitutional exercises of the Eurythmy therapy course. And they have been given in the 5th lecture. So Steiner gave one lecture after the other teaching Eurythmy therapy. And the 5th lecture somehow is sort of climax of them, because afterwards he does not actually bring new exercises. He just speaks about, how to bring, Eurythmy therapy, make it effective, make it healing. And the interesting thing is that these exercises afterwards have been called the hygienic exercises. And the common sense was they do not belong only to the Eurythmy therapists, but they can be shared also by others. Then it was Eurythmists, but you know that I now say we are all Eurythmists. And these exercises, the specific approach of these exercises is that Steiner, when he brought them, said they work differently than the others. They work on the detour of the etheric via our soul into our body, into the innermost of our organism. So very high sophisticated way how they work. On the other hand, so simple that everyone can, get hold of them, understand them, share them. And I only can encourage all of us that these exercises are very simple. I will show one of them and the others are not more complicated. It's more the inner attitude that you do it in such a purity and simpleness, or purity and calm, that a soul content comes about. You experience it in your soul. And when your soul experiences it through a pure movement, then it develops an inner depth where the organs react to it. That's the whole theory already. We will look more into it, but you don't need a theory. It's just we perform them as honestly as we can. And for this reason, we want to do this work in such a way that our cooperation is more important than what Theodor says. So the idea is, I bring content, 2 exercises per meeting, 2 simple exercises per meeting. You practice them during the week, and you even dare to try them out with your friends, your husband, your daughter, your mother. And when we come back in the next meeting, then you share in small groups, probably in pairs, what you have experienced. And then from this meeting, you discuss what did you do, what did you experience. You bring your question to the plenum, and then I will answer your questions. And only then we go to the next pair, and we forget about the first one. So only we have 2 pairs, 2 exercises going with us. We keep ourselves busy, we share on our experiences, and then we deepen our questions and what we have experienced. And you will notice there are not stupid questions. It's only my task to find the depth in your question. Maybe you think, I don't experience much, and then I can make a story of why don't you do experience much, or something like this. Maybe you have experienced and just didn't notice, and then I show it to you. So the challenge of this winter course, I call it winter course because I said I don't give courses anymore, but then in Bangkok, it was so well received, that I said, come on, let's continue, let's work, and I will present an online, and just that to have a rich encounter, I invite many of others over in. So there will be a Chinese speaking group from Malaysia. There will be the friends from Thailand. There's the English-speaking people, the German-speaking people. And I speak English. I try to speak slowly. And I hope everyone will understand. The Chinese group brings a translator. The Thai group has a Thai translation of my script, what I wrote, which every one of you will also get. And the Germans, they follow as well as they can. And maybe you want to meet in between and you say, Theodor, we need you. To all of you who work in groups, I will be happy to come because this will also be my learning experience. What can be discovered there? So this winter course is meant to have joy and joy of discovery and sharing together. And that's why I thought it's not so important how many we are. It's more important we want to work together and we find our way to do this. I just briefly share, maybe that's the right page. Jump technical, so you go to Eurythmy for You. There you find the ECC winter course and you find the dates where they are. We start on 29th of November on Saturdays, 10 o'clock this time, to allow our friends in the East to participate in Australia, in Malaysia, in Thailand, in China. And our friends in America, I apologize, I didn't manage to do the same course twice. But if you want to participate, you will have the replays. And if you have groups who work on the replays, you can invite me in, of course. So here you find everything. Here you also can register and start. And we invite you not to just buy a course. We are not selling a course. We invite you to join the Eurythmy community circle. So you subscribe for 3 months and then you can go leave the circle or stay and continue working with us, depending on what you like. And once you have joined the Eurythmy community circle, you have access to the member site of the community circle. And the member site, and that's why I show it, has a forum. So where all the members can discuss with each other about Eurythmy, questions and so on. And there is also then a section for the winter course where we can share all our questions. And there will also be a members directory where you can directly chat to each other. If you want to. And you will find this I have here, the winter course, which is not open now, where you find all the replays every week. And there you will also find the handout. And the handout, please don't get shocked, has 113 pages. That's why I ask you, please do not read it immediately, because it's, of course, it's an introduction. How does these exercises work? And then you have about each exercise, and it's just a simple movement, about 3 pages of what can you discover doing-wise in this exercise. It's such a surprise. What do the legs, what do the arms? So many things. And then you go through all these. And because it's only 2 exercises, and I've just done this course here in where I live, in Biel, with people on site, they find it supportive. You know the exercises, and when you read it, it's not additional content, it's a nice memory. This I forgot. This. That's how it's meant. It's not ballast, it should free you, make you allow you to make your own discoveries. But, so 3 pages, 2 pages, 4 pages maximum per course, And then the document again, where are we now? Same, just go down. No. I only wanted to say, then I go to the same exercises again, and then I tell you how do they work? What is the health issue? The effect of these exercises. And this I will tell you just briefly, always when we meet, when we look back, not when you learn the exercise, but when you come back after a week, I briefly tell you what's the, maybe you have already read it or not, how do these exercises work? Yes, that was what I wanted to show you. A lot of material, easy to handle. And maybe, because I want to show you one exercise, I told you it's a sort of, it was a sort of climax of this Eurythmy therapy course. And then Steiner spoke about a certain way how these exercises work, working from the soul. And he said they all work, that you can discover all on the rhythmic system. And that 12 forms somehow a kind of circle, yeah, different ways of approaching the rhythmic system. So that in a way, in totality, all kinds of what does the rhythmic system need, where does it need support, seems to be covered. And this we will discover. And just a last thought, what is the rhythmic system? And you somehow can say, yeah, very basically that we have a nervous sense system related to our brain, to our senses, yeah, which controls the body in one way, down to our top. On the other hand, we have a system we call metabolic system. Limb system is the muscles connected with the blood, yeah, which someone nourishes everything up to the brain, yeah. And those two systems are completely opposite. Huh? The one always says, too dangerous, and the other is, come on, yeah, don't be a coward, we'll make it somehow. Huh? No, yeah, that's a soul expression. But you have it in the body. The one is more hardening, the other one is more too fiery, maybe. And yeah, and that's it. We don't have more. And then we hear about a rhythmic system, but you sometimes think that's in between. It has to intermediate. So we need a good rhythmic system that those two polar forces can work well to each other. But this in-between concept is not really satisfying, because where is this in-between? Yeah, two people are struggling and you get in between. Yeah. So what it needs, and that I wanted to show, I just discovered a very nice picture of this theme. That's a picture from Persia, yeah, depicting Ahura Mazda, yeah, above these lions. And now you could, and these lions look in opposite direction. Huh? So in a way, they could represent the two systems. Yeah, they have to work together. They have to protect the palace. Yeah, yeah. But they look in different direction. And above, you see a system. You see something, a winged being, which somehow bridges the two. And this could be our idea of the rhythmic system. It's not an in-between, but it's another level of existence which is able to bring healthy cooperation into systems which do not cooperate that easily because of the way they are built. Yeah? So I think that's something we can meditate, which will accompany us. Yeah? And when I was in Bangkok, there was a doctor, Karin Michael, from the medical section in Dornach, and she was lecturing, and she was just always speaking about these kind of exercises, because she was speaking about the development of the child, and we will discover that it's a developmental idea in these exercises. Yeah, it's a totality, but it's a developmental something. And she was also speaking about the development of the etheric heart. Yeah? You have an etherization of the blood. Yeah, that something we experience in our body brings something to our inner being, enriching it. But there's also something in the heart which has to do opening up in a new way to the surroundings. And I think All these exercises, yeah, dealing for the rhythm, supporting the rhythmic system, yeah, also have to do with develop this aspect of the finer parts of our heart, which has a lot to do with all these high sensitivity questions coming up today. Yo, so far that you see, I don't only want to deliver a course, but I think we have discovered something here at Eurythmy for you, which would be beautiful to share and discover together. And if you don't mind, I show you now one exercise that we move again, and afterwards you could ask questions if you feel the need. Yeah? If you don't mind, I invite you to continue with what we started. And it's don't need much space. You can just stand and wherever you have place. We don't need this. It is a very simple exercise which is called do a B gesture and bend the knees when doing it. And the B is that you start at your heart. You slowly spread out your arms. You slowly bring them around your body. Yeah? In a protective manner that you feel well protected. And then you take a little bit of time to let your inner strength grow, that your body starts growing and strength also flows into your arms. And then let go. Yeah? We do it 2-3 more times just to explain a few basic things. And Eurythmy figures, Eurythmy gestures are often expressed with qualities of colors. And this stretching out from the heart can be described as a yellow color. You are curious. This coming around is somehow described as a blue quality, protective, affirming, yeah, creating a sheath around you like a blue cloth, yeah. And then, when you feel protected, yeah, you can start growing again. You felt weak, but in this protection, you become aware, oh, I have still energy in me. I am still someone. I'm not a nobody. And this grows, yeah, in this protection, yeah. You are not blowing it away again, but you just flow into it. You grow, can be experienced as a quality of red, of inner warmth, yeah. And breathe, make a little step. And we do it one more time. You are in your heart. You feel this curiosity. What is there? Wow, you feel, maybe you even connect the secret of the stars. What is there? And now when you do the bringing it around, the blue is not a pushy color. So with the blue, you try to bring the stars along. You gently say, please come along. I don't want to lose any one of you. Please come. You suck the stars along into this cloth. And then you feel this inner growth, which I have already described. And let go. Breathe a little step. And naturally, the arms are up here. But the cloth you bring in, yeah, the shirt, that it wraps around the lower body, especially around the lower body. So feel the protection wrapping itself nicely around the whole body in front and back. And to receive it even better, be careful that your legs are not stiff, but breathe a little bit with it. We do it a last time. We go out in lightness, curiosity. The legs breathe a little bit. You move in such a way that the stars just cannot resist to come along. The legs move slightly. You feel the inner strength growing. The protection around the lower body is still felt. And the legs again react a little bit, just millimeters. Let go and breathe. Wonderful. And now there. So this movement is not difficult. Yeah? It's just becoming aware of what one can experience in it, yeah? Which you can enlarge step by step. And Steiner said, now, okay, and now for a certain reason, and this was to reduce headaches, yeah, even migraine, he suggested this. And he said, do the bird gesture, or prepare for the bird gesture, bend your knees, and then let it be combined with the bird gesture. Yeah? So you come in, you do the bird. The knees are slightly bent, not very much, yeah? And then you come slowly up and you let your hands just sink, yeah? That's the whole exercise, yeah? And we will do this exercise just before Christmas, actually. Yeah, we have that's exercise number 5. That's the one which we will finish with when Christmas comes. And you can already feel, huh? How nice to end with such an exercise. So do it one more time. You reach out. You bend your knees, you come in. And now please try to feel the protective veil around your wrist, your belly, and concentrate a little bit when you are down that you're really calming this realm. You care for this lower realm. And now that's the challenge, when you slowly come up and let go, you try to stay down there. Yeah, do you not rise into your head again, but you keep this calm in your belly. And you let this energy, instead of coming up into your head, flow into your legs. You make a step. And maybe you have noticed in the beginning, when we came up slowly, this slowly coming up tries to expand your chest. It has a connection to the etheric. It really wants to expand, expand, expand. Yeah? And we actually come up very slowly, which would like to rise. And we talk to this realm, please stay down, please stay down. And you can take the picture of the Holy Mary, which has a shirt, veils around her, which are so nicely structured with the veils, so that it creates fullness and structure down here and not pressure up there. One more time, in silence. Yellow. Blue. Calming red. Wow. Talk to your belly. Slowly come up. And stay nicely in your lower body. Slowly sit down and listen to the resonance. What is it doing to you? And maybe during the winter course, you have a little booklet where you write down your notes, your discoveries, or what you felt. And then you can share it with your body in the meeting. And from this, maybe questions arise from how to execute it, maybe question arise, or on how to apply it. And the exercises are as simple as this one. But deep. Yeah. So it's not just we practice and we apply them. Can we get such a deep connection to the exercise that we may, yeah, go forward with them. So this will be the winter course, not just improve the rhythmic system, but are we able to open our hearts to the depth of what has been given there. 12 exercises we want to go through between November 29, over Christmas, 2 weeks break, 3 weeks actually, and then another 5 meetings between 10th of January and 7th of February. And then we can still discuss, what do you still need? How do you want to go further? This we will discover together. Do you want to deepen it towards some kind of, yes, I can do something with it, or I'm just happy to have learned them? This will be our discovery journey. That's very simple. You cannot do anything wrong because it's just different. You do it like this or like this, and every variation has another effect. You can't imagine how much Eurythmy therapists discuss with each other if the other one is doing something wrong. Yeah? So what you have to do is you share honestly your experience. You share only what you experience. And then you're always safe. Look, I have learned this, I experienced this. What do you feel when you share in? How do you perceive it? Yeah? Okay. And I think that's something, that's what we are actually developing, to find out that we can do this and how we can do this. Yeah? And it's all about being centered in the heart and working from the heart and meeting there. Not being superficial, but we have such a lot already in us, and we are, which wants to be shared. And when you have people who are sick, and you work with people, very often you are sick because in you lives something, you have a potential, you wanted to become some kind of profession you wanted to do, you didn't dare to do it, and then you suffer from this. Yeah? Because a potential which you do not live turns against you because it won't become discovered. Dare to follow this path. And I think that's what we are now faced with, that maybe if we have potentials in us, we have to discover and go for them. Otherwise, they could turn against us. And maybe a lot of the difficulties which we face in society is that we didn't manage to bring all these potentials out yet.
Oh, that's a great idea. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So, I enjoy talking to you, you noticed this. And it's completely up to you. Do you want to join? Do you not want to join? Do you want to change later? The Eurythmy certificate course, the Eurythmy community circle offers so many other options to meet, to explore, to do something. You can join, you can leave, you can join again. You can tell others. Or, I just start repeating myself. We are on a journey of discovering what's possible between us. So that's now a little bit of a pity, that the last years, very often I gave 2 courses in English, in German, and sometimes 2 times in English, that the people in the East and the West, when you look from Europe, could participate. And I actually ran into some kind of, I wasn't that exhausted, but I know I cannot continue like this. For maybe 8 years, you can work like this, and then you feel, yeah. And so I had to make a decision. And now this course came out of the Bangkok invitation. So I just had to serve this, yeah,
Okay.
to have a healthy, yeah, something. And for your country, I can only offer, if a few people form from there and you work with the replay, you can invite me in at tea time, at American tea time. I'm coming. Yeah, that's the project now. But I do not offer the course twice. Yeah, but you have the replay. You have 5 friends. I'm coming. So because the exhaustive thing is, I didn't tell you. I told you editing. I told you programming the emails. I did not tell you how much time and money you spend inviting people and not knowing if anyone will subscribe. Yeah. So, and this is also something, we are now just offering something. And if people come and you form a group of 5, yes, it's much less energy instead of trying to find enough people from America designing a course and then noticing, oh, interest is not there.